So people are having a hard time understanding this whole how I'm in a poly relationship thing, especially when it's in relation to Daddy-O. And a guy asked me yesterday, was Daddy-O married? And I don't show you guys Daddy-O much. I talk about Daddy-O all the time, but I never show anybody Daddy-O because Daddy-O that's private. You know what I mean? I show you guys a lot of my life already. My relationships are private. Like, people say I'm known to put guys on blast, but no man who has been in a serious relationship with me can say that I put him on blast. I put a dude on blast for some fuck shit. And I've only done that for a handful of guys. I've only did that for like 3 guys. And they were really on some fuck shit. And I don't mean on some regular fuck shit. I mean on some crazy fuck shit. It's almost like when a criminal does something and he's on the news. It's the same thing. So Daddy-O is poly like me. I'm poly. I'm polyamorous, okay? So people want to understand how is that. It isn't about multiple sex partners. It's not having a whole bunch of sex or anything like that. It's more of having intimate friendships with each other, with whoever you want. And it's about getting to know people, having a friendship, just taking the time out to, get to know people, and you're able to do that with however many people you want to do that with. People always relate everything back to sex when it comes to relationships, but relationships are not supposed to be built on sex at all. And my relationship with Daddy-O is not built on sex at all. It's like me and him could go without having sex, and it's all good. We'll be fine. You know what I mean? It's not no. Because we were friends first, and usually I'm friends first with guys anyway. So we do a whole bunch of other stuff together that I really, really enjoy. I've spoken about, the numerous amount of things that we do. I also saw somebody comment, and I ended up deleting this comment because of the stuff that they were saying. But they did say something inside of the comment that brought to my attention. They were talking about how the reason why I don't want to be married and I don't want to be in a committed relationship is because I've given up. Because I've been through so much and I've given up. No. That ain't even the huge part of it. The huge part is I've never been inside of a relationship and felt comfortable. Like, I've never been in a committed relationship and actually felt comfortable with the situation. I had my first relationship at 15. I was with him on and off for 10 years. And then I was with my daughter's father for 5 or 6 years. So, the relationships I've been in, I've never been in a comfortable one where it was extremely peaceful and drama-free. There was always a problem. And the only time it wasn't a problem is when me and the person I was having sex with or hanging out with or whatever with, me and that person was just friends, and that person could do what they want to do. That's the only time I've ever felt comfortable. It's not necessarily that I want to do what I want to do, but I don't want the person in my life to be around me out of obligation. I would prefer that they're there because they want to be. That's my thing about marriage and relationships. I specifically do not, I repeat, do not, okay, want someone in my life because we're married and we got to stick together and such and such and such because we have to, because we have no choice. I don't want that. I want somebody with me because they love me and they want to be with me. And I've noticed ever since I've dropped all of these standards and requirements and rules and regulations, I actually found a guy that I was looking for. And I said this to Daddy-O. We were sitting on a couch, and I said, when I was younger, when I was pressed to be in a relationship, when I wanted to be married, I was dating guys. And yes, when people find out that Daddy-O is a geek, they ask me, have I always been dating geeks? Yes, I've always been dating geeks. Like, I've always ended up in a relationship with someone who is also a geek. People don't understand. I'm a computer geek. I'm a nerd. So if we don't have an intellectual connection, I can't do it. With Daddy-O, there are so many other things about Daddy-O that I never would have stood for. I never would have stood for. Number one, I don't like to date men who are divorced or who have been married. I don't do that. I don't like that. Before, when I wanted to be married, my thing was I will never marry someone who's already been married, because to me, that bond, once you go in front of God and you make this promise, that person is your husband or wife forever. It doesn't matter whether you sign the papers or not. That's your husband or wife. That's number one. Number two, I never wanted to date anybody who had more than one kid, because all I have is one kid. So if they had more than one kid, no go. And there are so many things like that prevented me from finding the guy that I want. Now that I don't have all of the rules and regulations, and I only named 2, but there were so many other ones, here comes Daddy-O. I basically got out of my own way. It's kind of like that movie Something New. You seen Something New with Sanaa Lathan? And one of her friends, Wendy, what is her name? Wendy Raquel Robinson. She actually meets Mike Epps, and he's a chef. and she's saying you basically get out of your own way, and she ends up dating this guy, it's because those rules and regulations that people put up that they consider standards are what's stopping them from finding the type of person that they want to be with.
4 Belvedere Valentinis for 4 beautiful ladies.
Thank you. I want to make a toast. Yes. We may not have everything we want at the moment, but we do have each other. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, Kenya, this is fabulous.
Okay, let's get down to business. Where are the brothers?
Thank you. Where's the eye candy?
Ooh, better keep on
Honey. Okay, Shantae. Oh, my. And that is why we are the 42.4%.
The what?
42.4% of black women have never been married.
I read that article. It didn't say we'd never get married. It just said we have yet to.
Okay, so when is it going to happen in the afterlife, please?
Well, even if 42.4% of us never get married, that still means 57.6 of us will, and that's a substantially greater percentage.
Thank you, Miss Numbers Queen. It's very impressive. However, those odds are completely against us. It says the phenomenon is most acute among African American women who are educated professionals. Judge, accountant, banker, pediatrician, that'd be us.
I'm just tired of being classified as a victim. Single black professional woman destined to be unhappy and alone. I mean, I just have to keep believing I'll find the one.
True.
I don't even need all that. I just want a good brother.
That's right.
He doesn't have to make a lot of money so long as he's got a job.
Yes,
He just has to be taller than me, college educated, and not crazy. No kids, good teeth, and no kinky sex. I mean, I like to switch it up a bit, but, you know, what?
You're doing it again.
The list, Kenya, the list. You know what? You should have stayed with Rashid Muhammad.
I couldn't do the Muslim chauvinist thing.
Whatever, girl. Rashid was fine, okay? I would have been a bean pie eating, mosque going, walking 5 steps behind his behind, wearing a burqa.
Listen, I've been listening to this new CD by Dr. LaWanda Phillips. Now, she says if we keep hanging on to this preconceived notion of what we think we want, that we're actually cutting ourselves off from our universal abundance. See, we hold on so tight to this image that we have of our IBM. Ideal black man. But she says that we've got to let go in order to let love flow. In fact, that's what it's called. Let go, let flow. That means you, Kenya. No more lists.
Let go, let flow.
That's right.
Yes, and it's a whole lot better than keep hope alive.
That's right. Okay, y'all.
The universe is listening. Let flow.
Perfect, my love.
To me, marriage is a waste of time. I don't like the double standards inside of a marriage. Like, I don't like the idea of a man marrying a woman and he brings all of the finances into the marriage, and then when they break up, the wife gets to take him for all of his money. He goes from living in this huge mansion with this woman and living a comfortable life before she even came, and then she comes in and she might have a baby or two, and suddenly this man is living damn near in poverty because his damn income has been sliced in half because someone who didn't help him earn the money gets to walk away and take half of his money. I don't like shit like that, because there's a lot of women out here who are just using their husbands for money. They don't have their own jobs. They're not even going out there looking for their own jobs. They're just using their husband for money. I don't like women who are lazy like that. Yeah, your job is to take care of the kids. I get it. Yeah, I get it. But as a woman, you need to have your own source of income, even if it's something small. What if something happens to your husband? What if your husband dies? What if he passes away? What if something happens to him? Then what you're going to do? How you going to take care of the kids? So you got to have your own skill and your own thing going on the side, so you don't have to solely rely on your husband or your boyfriend's finances. That's what I always try to tell women. Let you have your own shit too, because I cannot stand being able to go to another man and ask him for money to get what I want. Like, no, I'd rather go out there and get my own bread. And there's too many opportunities out here for women now that you can go and, you know, get money. Now, even if you had a work from home job, you can do that. You know what I mean? If you don't want to leave, and maybe you have some younger kids, maybe you have some toddlers that haven't been going to school, maybe you can get you a work from home job, something like that. But don't take these men money like that if y'all get divorced. A lot of women like to use that because they think that's what's going to hurt these men. And number two, I don't like the fact that wives have to be like these perfect people. They can't go around and do what the fuck they want to do. Like, they have to be under the thumb of their husband in order to be a wife. there's certain things that society has said that women have to do in order to be considered wife. And, you know, if a woman doesn't do these things, or she's not that kind of woman, she can't be a wife type of thing. It's weird. And I don't just mean sexually. I just mean anything. Like people say a woman that's opinionated or has an independent mind, she can't be a wife because she has to know how to be submissive. What the fuck does independence have to do with submission? I'm independent all day, but when daddy-o come around, submission, it's not that complicated. So I don't know where people get that nonsense from, but I don't like that. And I don't like the fact that out of all of the people that I've ever met, I've only met like 2 or 3 people who actually fix their lips to say they are happily married to someone. And all of those people are people who have been married to the people that they met when they was in high school. Yeah, 3 or 4 people I know who have been married since we graduated from high school, and they're still married to this day, and they're the only people that be like, yo, I love being married. I love my husband. I'm never gonna get divorced. And then people who got married in like their mid-20s or maybe, 30s or 40s, they hate being married. Straight up. Like, they like, don't even do it. It's not what it's cracked up to be. The other day I was at Chick-fil-A. I saw 2 white girls telling 2 other white girls, like, please don't do it. Girl, don't jump. You know what I'm saying? And their husbands was black. So, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of marriage. My mother's never been married. My grandmother's been married 3 times. And I have no interest in it. It's not about really giving up. It's more of, I'm just not interested. Like, it doesn't sound appealing to me. A committed relationship does not sound logical and appealing to me. All right, a poly relationship does, because it's comfortable, it's more calmer, you're having more fun, you're having a good time, no one's pressuring anybody to do anything. Does daddy-o want monogamy? Yeah, he wants monogamy. But at the same time, he can't be with me and be monogamous because I am poly. So it's like he just takes what he can get. You know what I'm saying? He's like, okay, well, cool, we can rock that way too. And I'm like, all right, shit, as long as everybody comfortable. But that doesn't mean that if you want to be married, don't not try to get married because I'm telling you I'm poly. This is about me. This is what I think marriage is about, You could be friends with somebody for years on top of years on top of years and have a companionship and never be married. I mean, no point to me. It's people that's been with each other so long now, they common law married. So you have to just chill. Like, whatever works for you, whatever flows for you, flows for you. I know for me, what flows for me is being in a poly situation. So if I decide to tell daddy-o, hey, I want to go kick it with such and such, no big deal. Whatever. And like I said, it's not really about sex. It's more of just, I might enjoy daddy-o's company, and then tomorrow I might enjoy somebody else's company, just them being around or us hanging out or us going on a date. It's nothing that serious. So I think marriage is not even, that serious to me. 7 reasons why you shouldn't get married. Number 1, you just happy, single. Number 2, you just choose not to. Couples are starting to understand that it's unnecessary to have to be married. You just don't have to be married. It's not a requirement for survival. Number 3, a lot of people aren't ready, okay? But to be honest with you, there's never a time to be ready to be married. Like, even when you get married, there are gonna be things that you experience that you didn't know was coming. Okay, it's almost like having a baby. Like, people be like, did you plan a baby? You don't really plan a baby. When it happens, you kind of just like, you gotta just let it happen. It's just one of those things. Number 4, you don't believe in it. A lot of people get married in the church because that's what you're supposed to do, but a lot of them don't even go to church. They just get married in the church. Like those people that go to church on Easter and that's it. Like, most people do that. That's what you don't understand. A lot of people just simply aren't Christian. They don't go to church every Sunday. They just got married at church. Number 5, you don't believe in monogamy. That's me. Okay? Monogamy to me, the ideology of marriage, your lifestyle choices can make you very happy. You know what I mean? Very happy, or they can make you very miserable. Number 6, you're pregnant. Don't get married simply because you're pregnant. That's not a good idea. If you don't think you have a decent future with this man or this woman, y'all can still have a baby and not be married. Okay? There are still people who have been married and they got divorced and their kids grew up to be just fine. But why even go through all that? Just don't even bother getting married. Sometimes it's the other way around with people. Sometimes people get married first and then they have babies. But there's no order of operations. You're supposed to get this shit done. The only order of operations I say is friendship first, love second, sex third. That's it. That's the order of operations to me. It isn't marriage, baby, finances, or finances, marriage, baby, or marriage, finances, baby. It's just friendship, love, sex. In that order. Number 7, you feel pressured. Someone's pressuring you. They're saying, hey, I want to commit it. I want to be married. 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 I want to be in a relationship. I want to be... No. That's even more reason not to do it, okay? My thing is, do what you want to do. Because I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what makes me happy. I don't give a fuck what society asks me to do. I'm going to do whatever. If I don't want to be married, I'm not going to do it. Simple as that.